There was no warning, absolutely no way to predict the sheer scale of this mayhem.
Long Beach, SIG alert, we have a major problem now.
198 cars, SUVs, and tractor trailers. A twisted chain of wreckage leaking gasoline and diesel, strewn over a mile of the Long Beach freeway in Los Angeles.
I remember seeing just debris everywhere.
Motorists trapped in their cars.
I tried to open that door and it wouldn't open back.
Others trying to flee.
Something hit me and knocked me out on the ground.
All of them wondering, how could this have happened? Just before sunrise, a thick fog rolls in, hiding large sections of the freeway.
Center, heavy fog reported in several areas this morning.
And somewhere in the twilight at about 6:45, two cars collide. But what should be a routine fender bender is concealed. Disaster is now seconds away. Butch Onesto is driving to work alone when he hears a little voice in his head.
But once I hit that fog, I heard my son Brian telling me, "Put your seatbelt on, Dad." You know, that's what probably saved my life, that seatbelt.
The longshoreman was on his way to work. Instead, he lands in the center of chaos.
I seen this mountain of cars all piled up, and I said, "Oh my God."
He slams into another car. Onesto is trapped.
I tried to open that door and it wouldn't open, so I climbed over this passenger seat and I just kicked it with my right foot. It opened up and I just dashed out.
Not a moment too soon. Look how his dark green Honda winds up, crushed from all sides. Over here in this red pickup truck, two members of the National Guard on their way to weekend training have been rammed.
The airbag popped in my face, but it deflated real quickly, so somehow my face just smashed right on the dashboard. I had a lot of blood on my face, and I can hear other cars coming in.
Lieutenant Hagop Uzunyan takes a chance and gets out of the truck. Bad idea. Sergeant Kendra Storm is behind the wheel.
And he got out and something else hit him again because you could see like more cars just piling up toward us.
Uzunyan suffers broken ribs and fractures to his face and arm. The casualties are increasing. Area hospitals are alerted. Suddenly, it's a busy morning for Dr. Gail Carruthers at the Long Beach Memorial Medical Center.
We were absolutely amazed. I was expecting at one point 20 to 40 casualties to come in.
Among others, she receives perhaps the most serious case, 77-year-old Judy Norcutt, who had to be cut free from her car by paramedics.
And she had some bleeding, and it collected blood in this sac around the heart. She would probably lasted, less than an hour, but they drained off that fluid off around her heart. Little catheter in, stable, went up to the ICU. You go visit her, she's doing fine.
Perhaps no one is more fortunate than Robert Phillips and Heather Fay. Their tiny black Honda Civic spins sideways after a collision and is then slammed by an SUV with a tractor trailer following right behind.
It's unbelievable because the SUV ended up taking the brunt of the semi, but the semi slid, which protected us from other impacts.
If not for that truck, perhaps a dozen vehicles were in line to pummel them.
The same thing that possibly damaged us is also the thing that saved us.
Still, Phillips is pinned inside. Heather is confused and in shock and tries to get out.
I thought, there's no way they're not dead. I mean, it was just so unreal. It was just really, really, really scary.
So my first thought was, I can't move my legs, I'm paralyzed.
Now, press on your hands.
Paramedics rescue Phillips, and he's now recovering from a broken pelvis. He and Heather realize how lucky they are when they see a photo of what they survived.
This is the first time you've seen it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's the photo
that was my...
That makes me feel really, now it's compounded that much more.
Wow. Wow.
For all the talk about the fog last Sunday morning, there's actually a bigger mystery behind the pileup on the Long Beach freeway. The question that may never be answered is how could 198 cars collide and yet everyone make it out alive?
Multi-casualty incident. This is well over 100 cars. Walking wounded area here.
As a reconstructionist, there's usually fatalities. And to go to a scene like that and not to have a fatality, it's amazing to me. It's really amazing to me.
You got to ask yourself, there's, more to life than what we just see. You call it miracles, guiding angels, whatever, but somebody out there actually protected all of us.